Welcome back to a new video. I mentioned the last one, but I do have a bit of a cold, or at least I feel like I'm getting a bit of a cold, and I don't really like that. So if I do make weird noises or a random cough or something, I do apologize for that. We're just going to look, see what they could want for Lane Thomas. They just want way too much still. Like a Mark Vientos trade, in theory, could be interesting, but I like he's not. David Fry could honestly be an interesting trade. Trade him to the Guardians. Trade him back to the Guardians. That's pretty hilarious. But Lane Thomas, he's batting 270 this year, 8 home runs. He would be able to play some outfield. So, like, the idea of getting him, I like, but the problem is it's just, I don't know. I kind of want to see if we can make something work. So, let's look at AAA and see. We're going to throw him Sal, which poor Ronnie only batted 246 for us. We could honestly we could throw him a Ronnie. Oh wait, they would just take this trade straight up. We got to see if we can give up something different then. So we can give up Xavier. Oh wow, they would just take a backup catcher and Sal. Let's see if we can take that off and give up a relief pitcher and Ronnie. So they really like Ronnie, which he's kind of a middle infield type guy. So if I had to choose between giving up Sal or Ronnie, I would probably just choose Sal because we have a lot of left field type people. He's kind of like a Chandler Simpson type player, and we already obviously have Chandler Simpson. And so we can actually, I don't mind that trade at all. So we actually got Lane Thompson on our team. Adam Duvall is on the waiver wire, but he's not really good. And then we can kind of look at the trading block as well to see if there's any other interesting trades that we can make. Brock Stewart could be interesting. We'll see what they want for him. We're going to continue to try to get pieces that are going to, help make our team a little bit better. So we could immediately trade Lane Thomas to get another relief pitcher, which would be kind of funny to immediately trade him away. We could trade a 19-year-old shortstop. He's in single A. That could be the play, but we're going to look at triple A and see if there is someone. They just want to do that straight up. So they get a younger reliever. We get someone that's ready to come in the majors and help us out. So maybe we're just cooking with trades. I don't think we'll be able to get him for it's going to cost a lot. Yeah, they want a really good prospect, and I don't really. He's batting really well this year. So let's look at AAA, see if we can throw a couple of prospects in. We can throw Francisco Mejia at him, Abner Ribe, and then Ronnie. So I don't think, we can just, yeah. I don't think that's going to work. No. Let's take Carson off because I really don't want to trade him. Yeah, so they still want something big with that. So that trade, they just want too much for him, which is understandable. He's a good player and he's batting well this year. 35-year-old Raciel Iglesias. Oh, wow, this is a no-brainer right here. Yeah, you can have a 23-year-old prospect. So that is certainly a trade that we will make. Let's continue to look at the trading block to see if there's anyone else that's really interesting that's there. It looks like just pitching a little bit. Zach Eflin would be an interesting one. Sir Anthony Dominguez could be interesting. He's not bad at pitching well this year. Zach Eflin's not pitching well this year. We'll just see. If it's a minimal trade, it could be a pretty low risk thing to try to get. It does not look like they want a little bit too much for him, so I'm not too worried about pushing that trade very hard. Marcel Azuna could be an interesting guy to throw on our team. Lucas Raley, he's only batting 239 this year, but he's batting 246 this year in his power is down a lot from last year. If it's a really reasonable, yeah, it's like they just want a little bit too much and understandable. All right, so we have to make some roster moves. So we have Lane Thomas, Brock Stewart, and Rasul Iglesias. I think that'd be how you say his name. So we're going to look at our pitching and see if there's someone that we can drop down that we don't really need. So Emmett, he pitched well in the last game. Oh yeah, Ty Madden, that's an easy one. So demote him, and we can bring up Brock Stewart. And then we're going to look at our pitching. And Luis Ortiz kind of stunk for us the last time, so he can go to AAA. And we can bring Rasul up. And then we're going to look at our hitting and see if there's someone that can be dropped down. So David Fry in 10 games has batted pretty poorly. Nolan Gorman did hit a home run in the last game that we played, but he is kind of batting poorly as well. So I kind of feel like we can demote him and we can bring up Lane Thomas and kind of hopefully improve that a little bit. We're just going to let the staff figure out our pitching here. I want Pedro Avila to be, and yeah, Tyler. Why is Shane McCallahan not in the starting rotation? All right, so we're going to put him in long relief. So honestly, not too bad. So we're looking, make sure there's no one else that's too crazy. So we do have some guys coming off the. Oh wait, I want. Do we want Emma to be in the starting rotation though? I just don't think so. But we can drop Emmett off the starting rotation once we get guys off the injury list, which to be fair should be pretty soon. It looks like Tanner Hoyk is ready to come back in 9 days. Shane Bieber will be there in 13, so I think we'll be okay until then. So we did trade, or we dropped a guy down to AAA. So Spencer Torkelson is there. We gotta drop David Fry down a little bit in the lineup. He's big struggling in his position. We can bring Gabriel up a couple spots. Brian Rocchio down a couple spots. Parker Meadows is just continuing to mash, so I think whoop. I think we put Parker there at the 4 spot and just let him vibe out there. Gabriel can bat 5th. I kind of like him batting 5th in both lineups. And Spencer is DHing against lefties, which I think is fine. And we also have Lane Thomas that we can mess around and put him at different spots. We have some flexibility as well. So David Fry right now is batting at first base. So what we can do is actually, what just happened there? Who did we take out? We can take David Fry out. We can put Gabriel Arias in right field, Parker Meadows in left field, Miguel at first base. Oh, Dylan Dingler got taken out. No, he didn't. Brian Rocchio got taken out. And then we have David Fry that's still there, so we can actually put Miguel at first. We can take him out. We also have just Mark Vientos just chilling there. So I kind of feel like we just throw him in at DH. And then Spencer Torkelson. So we have first, second, third, short, left, right, center, catcher, DH. So who's missing here? It looks like the left fielder. So then Parker is batting against righties. He's right field there. So what is going on? So we have Brandon Lowe, Parker's in left and then in right. Gabriel Arias, Dylan Dingler. So Lane Thomas is in right. Spencer is batting against. Honestly, I think we give Parker in left and let them just play the same position every day. Yeah, I think we just keep the lineups like this. All right, so a decent amount of changes. So we're basically just continuing to get all of the Guardians players. I mean, they're making good trades for us, so we can't really complain too much with that. The Yankees are first place in the division. Parker Meadows is now hot. We need to sweep the Yankees. I mean, that would be massive if we were able to do that. Is that going to happen? Probably not. Marcus Strohm is getting started, even though in real life he just got released by the team because they just made some trades at the trade deadline. Lane Thompson is batting second today. He's in a strikeout looking. Brandon Lowe is going to ground out, so nothing happening for us. Shane McCallahan is getting the start today. It was a walk to Aaron Judge, 2 outs, which is perfectly fine, and he's able to get out of the inning without any hits. Parker Meadows strikes out looking. Gabriel Arias gets reaches on air by the guy that is no longer on the Yankees in real life. Dylan Dingler is going to fly out. Spencer Torkelson is going to strike out. And with the second inning there, Shane McCallan actually struck out the side in the first inning, or struck out 3 people in the first inning, even though he had a walk. He's going to give up another walk here. He's going to strike out another batter. He's going to make another batter pop out, and then make another one pop out. So he's up to 4 strikeouts. David Fry is hitting for DH today. He hits a single. Brian Rocchio is going to get the first out. Chandler Simpson is going to get out here as well. Lane Thompson is going to get a walk here with 2 outs. Did Chandler Simpson, how did he get on base? I don't know, but we're going to try the double steal. Chandler Simpson gets out. Unfortunate. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. Shane McCallan's up to 4 strikeouts, up to 5 strikeouts. Jazz Chisholm Jr. gets a single with 1 out. He has 6 strikeouts. Jazz steals second, and he makes Aaron Judge pop out. So he is dealing today, so we love to see that. We just need a little bit more dealing on the offense. Parker Meadows gets a walk here. He's too afraid to steal. Again, too afraid to steal. There he goes. Gabriel Arias has a runner in scoring position. He's going to fly out, which is going to advance the runner with 2 outs for Dylan Dingler, who's going to hit a double there with 2 outs, and is going to score the first run of the game and get him on second base. Spencer is going to strike out there swinging. Carlos Stanton, which I forget what his original name was. He had some regular name first, and then he changed it to, I guess, his regular or his original name. I don't know. But he's caught stealing, so we have 2 outs there. Paul Goldschmidt is up and no longer is up. So we are doing pretty decent this game. We do need some more runs. We need some more runs. Our team's not listening. But Shane McCallan is cooking today. I'm going to say that he's going to give up like 3 home runs in a row or something. So Lane Thomas hits a single on a 3-0 count. What an absolute Chad move there. Steals second. Brandon Lowe is going to hit a double there, which is going to score Lane Thompson and move him to second. So they trade spots. Parker Meadow is going to hit a double and trade spots again. So back-to-back doubles is going to give us a 3-0 lead and get him out of the game. Bring in Hunter Harvey. Gabriel Arias is going to reach on an air. So we have runners on first and second. I would try to bunt here because it makes sense, but at the same time, bunting doesn't work. So we're going to roll into a double play anyway. Spencer Torkelson with the guy in third base with 2 outs is going to get out, but we do get 2 more runs across. Shane is up to 8 strikeouts today. He's at 91 pitches, so this might be his last inning, but he has shown that he's able to pitch well above his stamina. He gives up a 3-run home run to Jason Dominguez. So unfortunately, he blew the lead, but he's able to get through the 6th inning. So he's no longer on to bunt for the win. But David Fry hits a home run, so I actually don't know what that means for him. I think he would have to pitch the next inning to get a chance at the win. Chandler Simpson is going to get out. Lane Thompson is going to get out as well. So we're going to see if he can get an out. He does. Now we're going to take him out. So I'm curious if, because I don't know about scoring purposes, if he's able to actually get a win here. But him making it through 6 1/3 innings is really big, because you see our bullpen is pretty fatigued from that 14-inning game. They have Ben Rice that's up, so we're going to give Tim Herron the chance to come in. He's going to get the first out and give up a single with 2 outs. Give up a walk there, but he's able to work through the rest of that inning. Tim Hill is now in for them. He gets the first out, he gets the second out, and he gets the 3rd out. Unfortunate for us. So Aaron Judge is up. We're just going to intentionally walk him. We're not going to play with him. Gives up a single. Jason Dominguez. Okay, we are not in a good spot here. So, man, I don't know. I feel like they put Chapman as a setup man. We're gonna hope Chapman can get through this batter. Gets the first out. He gets the second out, and he gives up a grand slam. Unfortunate. So we're down 3 in the last inning. So it looks like the Yankees are going to take the first game of the series here. Spencer reaches on an air. David Fry makes the second out. Brian Rocchio makes the 3rd. So unfortunately, Tim Herron blew the game open for us, in which honestly he's done that enough times now where he might be on the trading block. He's just really disappointing with pitching this year, because that's got to be a lot of runs that he's given up. So is the 3.98 ERA. But he's done that enough times to where I just don't trust him in big, important situations. And he loads up the bases all the time, too. So we're going to see what we can get for him because he's making me sad every time he pitches. There's no one really that's. We get a Chris Paddock, which would be interesting, but he's a 5.24 ERA. Bailey Falter, 4.85. So not really getting anything too interesting. We can get like a decent infielder, but Josh Jung, yeah, it's just like nobody that's really moving the needle. Nobody that would like take a spot on offense. Let's see if we can get some prospects. Maybe Timmy Heron can get us back a decent catching prospect or a relief pitcher prospect. We get Reese Hines. Yeah, it's just no one that's really there. So what we really need is we need some of our pitching to get healthy. So Pedro Vila is going to get the start today. Unfortunately for Shane, it's actually kind of funny. He has 23 starts, and the rest of our starting pitching has not a lot of starts today. Chapman is still going to be our closer, though. Rasul Iglesias is not going to take his spot because Chapman didn't deserve that. He gave up a run the last game, but I mean, he was in a tough spot, so his chances of him giving up a run were pretty high in that game, unfortunately, because Tim Herron blew the game for us. All right, so Jason Hayward is on the waiver wire, and he's down to a 2-star. I remember when he was just like the one of the craziest players in the league, or at least like the highest potential. I think he had just a really good beginning of his career and just kind of slowly decayed. I don't know if it was injuries and stuff. I didn't really follow his career too closely. Get a leadoff double though. He's going to refuse to steal third. 2-0 count, 2-1 count. We're just let him swing away and strike out swinging. Brandon Lowe is up here. We're going to see if he can steal third. He does. And we do get a run via the ground out. So just giving Brandon Lowe free RBIs. We love to see it. Nothing else happening for us here. So Pedro Vila, he's about to cook today and throw 9 innings of perfect baseball on his way to being a solidified starter for our team. Guaranteed. Oh, his perfect game is broken up after the first inning. He's giving up a walk here. He loads the bases up. This is not good. Gives up a run, but he gets a double play. He gives up the run, but he does work out of that bases loaded jam. So don't like to see that. Brian Rocchio continues his struggles. So a quick inning for them. Gives up another walk. Gets the first out. And gets Jazz Tism caught stealing. And gets through that second inning, or the third inning, without any runs in. Miguel Vargas gets out. Brandon Lowe is going to hit a solo home run. So he's had all of the RBIs today. So we love to see that. So we take a 2-1 lead. Parker Meadows doesn't follow up with a strikeout. Gabriel Arias is going to get a single with 2 outs here. Lane Thompson is going to hit a pop out there. So nothing else happening for us, but we do retake the lead. Do we just intentionally walk Aaron Judge every time that he's up? All right, so that is a base hit, but we do throw out the trailing runner. So they do have the tying run on third base, which he's going to score because Jason Dominguez hates me and wants me to lose and feels sad. Pedro Avila gets through the inning, giving up that tying run again because that's just what he does, apparently. Henry Davis is going to be out. Brian Rocchio gets out as well. Pedro Avila, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Now 5 walks. He is really good at walking people. He's going to get an out, keep that run for scoring, but now he gives up the lead again after a pop-up, and he works through a scoreless inning. So he's getting up 3 runs in 5 innings. Chandler Simpson is able to get on first base. Oh, he's got a steal. There we go. We got a 1-0 count. See if he can steal third. He does. So it's a 1-1 count. Miguel Vargas, it's your time to shine. Grounds out. Brandon Lowe, we'll see if he can do it again. Strikes out swinging. Unfortunate. Parker Meadows. So we get a guy on third base with no outs, and none of the guys can get him to score. So we love to see that. Really good productivity. Pedro Avila loves walking people, apparently. So he's at 85 pitches. So we're just going to go ahead and take him out. Not a terrible start. He got through some innings for us, so we can't complain about that. We're going to bring in Rasul and see how he does. Bring in our boy. Immediately gives up a run. Gets out of that inning, but we are now down 2. a walk, gets the leadoff runner on. Lane Thompson is going to hit a single here. So he's batting pretty well for us so far. So we love to see that. Mark Vientos, a big clutch time for him. It's a wild pitch, so we get runners on second and third. It's a 1-0 count for Mark Vientos. And of course, he strikes out swinging. Nobody out, just needs to put the ball in play. Henry Davis does literally his job and apparently hits an infield single, which is kind of hilarious when it goes all the way to first base like this. Brian Rocchio, he's cold right now. He's 0 for 2. We'll see if he can clutch up here. He does hit a double, so we'd love to see that. Hopefully, he's breaking out of that cold streak because he's batting so well for us earlier. And his average has just collapsed down. I mean, I think he was up to like 270, 280 for a little bit, and it's just been struggling there. Chandler Simpson is going to ground out there. So we do tie up the game. And Miguel Vargas is going to make sure that. Oh no, the bases are loaded now. Brandon Lowe. Oh, it's a grand slam. I thought the inning was over, but Brandon Lowe said, "Don't worry, coach. I will hit in every single runner today that we need." So we take a 4-run lead in the seventh inning. Parker Meadows is up, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So Raziel Iglesias is going to stay in the game. He's going to give up solo home run. We're still up 3. Gets the second out. He gives up another solo home run. I guess we should have just walked Aaron Judge. So we have a 2-run lead for Gabriel Arias, who's now batting. Lane Thompson, who had a single earlier. Mark Vientos, who had a walk earlier. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for them. So our Azul gave up a couple home runs, so we don't like to see that. But we're going to bring in Garrett Clevenger, who's a 2.05 ERA this year, so he's certainly settled it down this year. Jason Dominguez is a switch hitter, so the lefty-lefty matchup doesn't work, but it does work for Austin Wells. Paul Goldschmidt hits a single with 2 outs. Oswaldo Perez is going to get walked here. Trent Grissom is going to be the third out of the inning. So we still have a 2-run lead into the 9th inning. That's the first out. Brian Rocchio is going to make the second out, and unfortunately, a third out. So we have a 2-run lead. So we know it is time for our boy Chapman. He has 39 energy. Do we risk it and bring him in? I say yes. It is his time to shine. He gets the first out, the second out, gives up a double with 2 outs, but he's able to work through that inning and get another save. So Chapman is continuing to deal, continuing to pitch well, so we'd love to see that. 2 outfield assists versus New York Yankees, so I guess our defense was cooking a little bit. So we have tied up the series against the New York Yankees, so we'd love to see that. The Athletics are still ahead of us in the first spot of the wild card. We're going to autoplay to the next game. Let's see what kind of trade. No, they just want. No, I don't want that 2-star reliever. They still have 1 game this year. It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so we are playing the Yankees here again. Kind of need to use the bathroom, but we're going to power through this game because I want to play one more game before I end this video. But this would allow us to win the series unless it's a 4-game series. But either way, we need to win. Carlos Rodon is up. Chandler Simpson is going to get a leadoff walk, so we'd love to see that. He's in a steal second base. He's in a steal third base. And Lane Thompson is going to clutch up with an 0-2 count, and he's going to hit a fly out, so exactly what we need. It's really annoying how they never swing when you have someone stealing like that. I don't know if they're told to wait or whatever, but no hits, but we do go score a run, so Chandler Simpson is continuing to be productive with his 145 stolen bases. Another walk. Parker Meadows is up here with 1 out. He is going to hit a single, which is going to result in an error that's happening from the outfield as well. That goes past them. So we have guys on second and third for Gabriel Arias with 1 out. He is going to fly out there. It's not going to get out of the infield, so he's not able to advance runners. Dylan Dingler is going to hit a single here. So the Parker Meadows is there. Judge has a great arm. No, we're not going to send him. We do score a run there. Parker Meadows is super fast, but it's not really worth the risk because we have David Fry who's going to hit a home run. And unfortunately, he does not. He does quite the opposite. So Spencer Howard is getting the start today. We'll see if he's able to deal. He has 2 runs of support immediately into this game, and he pitches a scoreless inning. Brian Rocchio hits a single. Hopefully, he's hitting up. Mark Vientos is going to fly out there. Chandler Simpson is going to hit a single, so he's had a productive day. Lane Thompson is going to get a walk here. He's been batting well for us as well. What is his average in a couple of games that he's been with us? So 286, we love to see that. So, I mean, keeping up with the same rate that he has, that he was with Cleveland. So that is always really good. Brandon Lowe is going to strike out swinging. Unfortunately, he did have a grand slam last game. Parker Meadows is going to strike out as well. So nothing happening with the bases loaded. But just kind of getting them to throw a lot of pitches is never a bad thing. So Spencer Howard pitches another scoreless inning. Gabriel Arias is going to lead off with a walk. Dylan is going to ground out. David Fry is going to ground out as well. So David Fry continues to struggle. It's kind of unfortunate. But Spencer Howard is so far pitching pretty decent. Gives out a 1-out single. He gets the second out. Oh, and he gives up a bomb to Jazz Chisholm. Anthony Volpe is the third out. So Spencer Howard gives up the lead. Now the game is tied. Brian Rocchio gets out. Mark Vientos strikes out. Chandler Simpson gets out. So Spencer Howard is going to give up a single to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge gets to second on a wild pitch. Walks the batter. So Spencer Howard is starting to collapse. Gives up a run. Gets an out. Jason Dominguez steals. He gets the second out. Oswaldo Perez is going to be he hits a batter, but he gets able to give out. So he gives up the lead. So now we're down a run. Lane Thompson is going to get a leadoff single, and he's going to refuse to steal second base. Steals second base. This is so annoying. But Brandon Lowe is going to strike out looking with a full count. Steals second base. Steals second base. All right, hit and run. So it's a ground out. Lane Thompson is on second base now for Gabriel Arias, who's going to strike out swinging. So it's kind of annoying. I wish I should just force guys to steal, but they would just get thrown out a lot. But maybe we just start to do that because it is kind of wasting pitches for our batters. Aaron Judge is going to get out. Dylan Dingler is going to take the first pitch for a ball. He's going to get out. David Fry is going to get a walk here on a 3-1 count. Brian Ruggiero is going to fly out. They bring in Joe Kelly, which I'm surprised he's still in the league. Pitching with a 5.86 ERA this year, so he's not pitching very well. Mark Vientos is going to hit a single, which is going to advance David Fry to third base. Chandler Simpson is going to ground out, and that's going to be all that we do that inning. So Spencer Howard is at 87 pitches, so we're going to see if he can get through the 6th inning. He gets a single, gives up another single, loads the bases, and unfortunately he's going to have to come out of the game. Trent Grissom. Oh, no, we have to go with Tim Herron. Tim, don't disappoint me. Okay, he gets the out. I thought for some reason he was scoring a run. So Lane Thompson has a hit today. I believe he has a walk as well, but a ground out this time. Brandon Lowe is going to get a walk here with 1 out. Parker Meadows is going to roll into a double play. Unfortunate for us. So Tim is going to stay in. He's going to get the first out. The second out, he walks Aaron Judge, which I think is perfectly fine. And he does get the third out. So he pitches a scoreless inning. We're in the top of the 8th now. Gabriel Arias is going to be getting a leadoff single. Dylan Dingler is going to follow up with a pop out. David Fry is going to hit a ground out, which is going to advance the runner. Brian Rocchio, he needs to clutch up. He has a hit today. Does not get a second hit. Looked like he hit that pretty well, but not well enough. So Tim Herron's going to have to come out. He's at the end of his stamina. I don't really want to bring in Tyler Herb. Taj Bradley has all his stamina, so we're going to go ahead and let him throw to Giancarlo Stanton, and it worked out great, giving up a home run, exactly what I planned. Immediately gives up a single. So the lead is back to 2. Gives up another run. So Taj throwing real well. This is just unfortunate. So our last chance to come back in this game, they have their closer in. Mark Vientos is going to be the first out. Chandler is going to be the second out, and we do get a walk here with 2 outs. Brandon Lowe is going to be the third out. So our hitting, I mean, it's hard to blame the pitching. 5 runs isn't good, but it isn't bad at the same time. So we end up losing the series. Oh, we actually play the Yankees again. So we have a chance to split the series. So we're going to actually hold off running to the bathroom. I'm going to cancel. I saw someone on the waiver wire. We want to double check. So Mark Hanger. So we're going to start the deadline day, I guess. Yeah, this was a trade that we are looking at making. Discuss trade. Yeah, they just want too much. It's weird how it keeps the trades on there, even though I never submitted it for them. Direct trade. So nobody wants it. We can actually look through here to see if there's anyone crazy. So just Suzuki. Nothing too crazy. Nobody's offering anything. So I should have turned off the 4 minute thing, but that's fine. We can just work through that. Owner's unhappy that we are 5 games above 500. Um, I guess he should just lighten up a little bit. We're going to look at our lineup. It looks like Chandler Simpson could do with a day off because he is slightly tired, and we don't want him getting hurt. Gabriel Arias is also slightly tired, so we're going to go ahead and give him the day off as well, which means we're going to put Mark Vientos at third, Brandon Lowe at short, Miguel Vargas at second. So he can play second, right? He can play second just a little bit. So it means we need someone to play center field, which Lane Thompson can. David Fry can play first base. Spencer Torkelson can play first base as well. But I think we will let him play right field. And then Henry Davis can be... I kind of want Henry Davis, honestly. We're going to let Henry Davis play right field just in case we need a backup catcher. We can find a lot better people to play first than catcher. We'll let Lane Thompson lead off today. And, we're just going to... Looks like Emmett doesn't have full energy. He's at slightly tired, so he's not going to make it through a lot of this game. Tyler Herb pitched pretty poorly before. I think we let Emmett work this out. So we might get cooked this game. I don't have a good vibe about this game. So we're giving some guys a day off, and we're gonna hope that our offense can do some stuff. Lane Thompson or it's a pickoff move, I should say. He gets caught stealing. Miguel Vargas hits a single. Brandon Lowe is gonna hit a single. Parker Meadows is going to hit into a fielder's choice. He's gonna steal second. Mark Vientos is gonna hit a home run. So we get some guys on base, but nothing more happening there. The Yankees should be pretty decently tired after a 4-game series as well. So hopefully that means that it's even as far as that, and we just lose off because our team's worse, not because we're all resting our normal starters. Emmett likes to walk people. He's a big fan of it. We do get the first out, the second out, and the third out. So 2 scoreless innings for him. Love to see it. Spencer Torkelson gets out. Lane Thompson, he gets out. Miguel Vargas, he is out as well. Emmett's going to give up a leadoff walk. He's going to follow it up with a walk. He's going to get, it's attempt at a bunt, strikes out looking. Aaron Judge, we're going to intentionally walk him. And Jason Dominguez is going to make us pay for that by hitting a base hit. And he gets another walk. Well, unfortunately, this game's not working out well for us. Emmett is just going to stay in for this inning. He gets through 3, but it looks like that's going to be all he's going to be able to do. Our offense is stymied today. We do get a 2-out single. Dylan Dingler is not going to make anything happen of that. So Emmett gives up 4 in 3 innings, so pretty bad. So unfortunate for him. We're going to bring in Brock Stewart and hope that he can get through a couple of innings. Gives a leadoff double. No strikeouts. Jason Dominguez has been cooking our team. What is he batting this year? He's batting 288 with 23 home runs, so maybe we should be walking him. But Henry Davis is going to get walked here. David Fry is going to get out. Spencer Torkelson, he's going to get out. Lane Thomas is going to get out as well. Oh, yep. The Yankees are just really good. I don't think there's going to be anything that we can do against them, unfortunately. Our offense is just not doing well. We're just going to hit Jason Dominguez and hope that he gets hurt. He's not. Grand slam. The game does punish you for that. We're going to try to injure their players. If we can't win, we're going to try to hurt them. Brock Stewart is pitching really poorly as well. Man, I just don't really... I think this is where Tim comes in and throws the rest of the game. Because this game is over. Man, this stinks. Our offense didn't do anything, and our pitching has just got exploded today. So, unfortunate. Nothing happening for us still. Oh, don't worry, Tim. You are staying in the rest of this game. You're going to throw 150 pitches. So he gets through another inning. We had a solo home run. cutting the deficit down to a smooth 9. So we're making our comeback. Tim is at 40 pitches. He has no more stamina. For some reason, he is still pitching well for how tired he is. It looks like the wheels might have fully come off. He's staying in, though. We're not bringing in another pitcher till he's hurt. Because there's no reason to waste any pitching. And Tim has pitched pretty bad this year, or at least in the last couple games for us. So he has 6 walks. He's at, he's at 88 pitches. He's pitching the rest of the game. So it's really up to him. He can throw as many pitches as he wants. He does get through another inning. He is getting cooked. So we do lose that game. Tim throws. Where did he go? Yeah, Tim threw 3 1/3 inning, threw 98 pitches, and gave up 4 runs. So, honestly, not too bad. But Emmett, unfortunately, is just not going to be a starter for us. He just continues to struggle in that starting role, which is fine. We don't really need him to be a starter. He's just kind of trying to fill that spot, but he's just continuing to struggle there. So we're going to just take him out, put him in long relief, and then, Tosh pitched pretty bad. I don't know. Maybe we just go with the 4-man rotation for now. So we'll chill with the 4-man rotation until we get our guys back. But that's gonna be it for this one. So unfortunately, we win 1 out of 4 against the Yankees, so we fall two games further behind. In the East, we're still doing okay in the wild card, but we need to start winning some games. The Yankees are going to be a difficult team to manage, and unfortunately for Tim Herron, he drew the short straw to pitch the rest of that game, and his ERA is ballooned up to a 4.37. But that's what's going to happen when you pitch bad. For me, you get to throw the whole rest of the game, because that's what we do. But we could bring in Ty Madden. He got hurt and then got dropped down. So there are some options that we could bring up, but we just really need to kind of wait till we get our guys back from the injured list, which is for a couple more days. So they're both good to go. So we have 2 starting pitchers that are able to come back. But we're not going to play another game this one because I need to go to the bathroom quite bad. But if you made it to this point, I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support on the recent videos. Seem to be performing better, especially with how small this channel is. So I do appreciate that. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.